hurt, you're in trouble already. And so those were the magic words that night. Honey, can I tell you something and you not get mad? And I used my stock line with that. Honey, I never get mad. She said, oh yeah, right, okay, sure, you never get mad. Now, I never think I get mad. She thought I got mad. I don't get mad. I get upset, I get red in the face, I get bug-eyed, but I don't get mad. And I said, sure, go ahead. She said, when I came in, the phone book was open, the florist. Were you looking to buy me roses next week? She said, I know money's tight. I don't want roses. I said, baby, you're just saying that. You're going to get roses. You know, I know money is tight, and it was right then. It was very tight. I said, she said, no. I don't like roses. And I made a drastic mistake. Hey, Rick, papers on the back row back there, back table, grab one. And I said this crazy line at that point. I said the thing you never say to your wife at that point. She said, I don't like roses. And I said, dummy me said, every woman likes roses. And all of a sudden, she gave me that look right down my nose. She said, am I not a woman? I said, yeah, you're a beautiful woman. She said, I don't like flowers. And I said, honey, you're just saying that because you know money's tight. She said, no. Think about it. Think about it. For the last 5 years, she said, longer than that, the last 7 years, 8 years, you've been buying me flowers for anniversary, for Valentine's. She said, did you ever notice they get thrown away the next day? I said, you know, now that you mention it, I thought, man, I got a bargain on these flowers, but they died in like one day, and I heard other people keep flowers for like a week, and she said, I don't like to see anything die. I don't like flowers. I said, are you for real? She said, yes, I'm for real. I said, well, what do you want me to get you? I said, last year I bought you this big thing of candy, and you told me don't buy you candy anymore because it makes you fat. I said, so if I can't buy you flowers, and I can't buy you candy, that only leaves one thing, and that's lingerie, and that ain't for you, that's for me. She said, no, dummy. I said, what do you want? She said, well, I don't know, but green's my favorite color, and it always fits. I said, money? Money? She said, yeah. I said, oh, no, that's twisted. She said, no, serious. She said, if you gave me a beautiful card with money in it, that would be sacred money to me. She said, I promise you, that wouldn't be go out to eat money. That wouldn't be anything like that. That would be money I would put in the back of my wallet. And if I was in a store somewhere and I saw something and I thought, oh, I wished he'd buy me that, I would buy that and put your name on it. I said, oh, man, that is twisted. She said, well, you asked me. So sure enough, a week later, I'd find her the most beautiful card. It took me a whole week to find it, and I put a $50 bill in it. And she kissed me. I said, thank you. I thought, wow, that's a better response than I got out of the flowers. So about 3 weeks later, I went off to preach a youth rally, and I came in late on a Friday night. The baby had been sick, so she didn't go with me. I came in about midnight, and when I came in the door, well, after midnight, I walked in, and she said, shh, be quiet, the baby's asleep. I said, okay. She said, sit down. I said, in the living room? She said, sit down, I want to show you something. Okay, so I sit down, she runs off in the back room, and I go, okay. Y'all married, okay? She comes out, she's got the most beautiful, I won't call it a business-like suit, dress. It is this beautiful mid-length, just very professional, gorgeous outfit on. Got a kick pleat in it. I mean, this thing, and I'm seeing dollar signs roll through my eyes. And I'm going, oh my Lord. I know she wouldn't use the credit card for this. We've already talked about this, and I am in debt. And she said, she modeled it for me. She said, how do you like it? I said, it's beautiful. Where'd you get it? She said, my boyfriend bought it for me. I said, when I left this afternoon, I was your boyfriend, and I know I ain't got that kind of money. And she says, you remember my Valentine's Day present? And I said, honey, stop. I know a little bit about clothes. That's $250 if it's $1. And she said, you're exactly right. It was $249. I said, honey, we can't afford that. She said, oh, no. I've been watching it at the store in different markdown racks. And she said, so when you left today, the baby got to feeling better, and we drove over to the store because today's the day they take the markdown, and it was on the $49.95 rack. And she said, so now, what do you think about my Valentine's Day present my boyfriend bought me? I said, I think you got good taste myself, baby. And so, for the next 40 years, guess what? She gets every Valentine's Day and every Christmas and every birthday, because she's just one of those people it's hard to buy for. But I have learned what makes her tick. The Bible says, giving honor to your wife as to the weaker vessel, being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. When you understand that your wife and you, how you get along, has an effect on your prayers getting through. I didn't come to preach to you today. I came to talk to you as men, have men talk about how to have a great marriage. And many times we just go through the motions of marriage and we're really not enjoying the journey. I was preaching for a large African American Baptist church in Georgia that ran about 1,300. And they asked me to come and preach a service. And just as I got there, they asked what they called the mother of the church. She was 93 years old, little lady sitting in the very back, probably weighed 90 pounds. And they said, Mother, do you have a testimony tonight? They took her a minute to get to her feet. And she stood up and she raised one finger and she said, children, I'm on my way to heaven. And I'm enjoying the trip. And she sat down. And that place exploded. And I thought, man, that is powerful. I want to ask you, are you enjoying the trip? See, marriage is a trip. Marriage is a trip. My wife and I bought a motorhome a few years ago, and I've always been kind of an aggressive driver a little bit on the road, and I hate it when people cut me off. So I'm driving a 40-foot diesel, and I'm towing a car behind me, and I'll run 80, 85 miles an hour. That diesel will get it. And all of a sudden, this crazy idiot jumps in front of me and thinks that I can lock them brakes down. And I got air horns on that thing that will make you think Jesus is coming. And so I'd get on them air horns, and that was my fun of getting back to the crazy guy that cut me off. And a guy cut me off. Just as I was getting ready to get the air horns, I looked, and on the back window of his car had a sticker. And he said, it was just a lane change, get over it. And I just cracked up and started laughing. I just cracked up and started laughing. My wife said, what are you laughing at? I said, God just talked to me from a bumper sticker. I said, God just talked to me from a bumper sticker. And my wife said, you know what? Maybe we need to talk about that. She said, we bought this motorhome so we could enjoy the trips. She said, but you're always a man on a mission. Have you ever noticed that, men? We start to go somewhere, we get in the car, we look at our watch and say, okay, 3 hours and 22 minutes, I can be there. One bathroom break, you got 7 minutes to at the potty, and I'm getting gas. 7 minutes, we got there, man. We got there. We're driving down the road. I got Louis L'Amour on a CD, and Chick Boulder's riding down out of the mountains in the story. My wife said, man, look at this desert we're going through. You ought to be seeing Chick Boulder come out. I said, I can't look right now. I'm driving. I'm a man on a mission. And my wife said, we need to enjoy the trip. She said, we got this motorhome so we could enjoy the trip. Slow down, relax, enjoy it. She said, here's the thing. We get hung up in traffic. It ain't no problem with us. We pull off any exit we want to. We can cook dinner. We can go to bed. We can take a shower. We got everything we need for a week. She said, chill and enjoy the trip. And something changed inside of it from that moment to today. When I go somewhere, when it's me and her going somewhere, I'm just going to enjoy the trip. We need to start enjoying this trip of life together with our wife. Enjoying the little things, enjoying the small things. You know, let's just be honest. Marriage may be made in heaven, but it has to be lived here in this rotten earth. That's in your guide there. And if we're honest with ourselves, not everybody was raised in a perfect home. Some kids were raised up, and some kids were jerked up. Anybody here other than me jerked up? Dysfunction at home? We had a lot of dysfunction at home. I had a good mom and dad. They loved me. But my dad was in the first wave that hit Normandy Beach and Omaha Beach and lived through it. He was in charge of all the MPs in France during World War II, and he only had a third grade education, but we won the war. But my dad was a tough man. So I can't take all of those things with me into married life and think I'm going to have a happy marriage. One day, when I was 9 years old, before I ever got in church, I was sitting on the couch and I was watching Flipper on TV, this story about this dolphin. And I'm watching Flipper, and my dad's in the back room. We lived in a 900 square foot house, so their bedroom was also his office for his little concrete business that he had. And he was looking for something. My mother was in the kitchen, and he kept saying, "Bernice, where's my checkbook?" She said, "Second drawer on the right, John." "No, it's not." "Yes, it is, John. Second drawer on the right." "No, it's not, Bernice. Quit moving my stuff around. It's not here." My mother, and I'm listening to my dad yelling at my mom, and he's not mad, he's just yelling at her. And mother, I look at her, she comes out of the kitchen, she rolls her eyes, walks into the bedroom, opens the second drawer, moves one piece of paper, and there it is. Now my dad could never be wrong. "Well, if you hadn't put that paper on top of it, I didn't put that paper there." And mother comes out and rolls her eyes, and I kept thinking, I don't want my dad to yell at my mom. And I didn't know God, but I prayed to a God I didn't know. "God, tell my daddy stop yelling at my mom." I wanted to go in there and kick him in the kneecap and just yell at him. "Don't yell at my mom." But if I did, I'd wake up in a new zip code. I knew that automatically. I'd be in a different zip code. I knew that was going to happen. I wasn't fixing to be stupid enough to kick my daddy. And so, nothing's ever said. I watched Flipper. Move ahead 15 years. I was in my early 20s. I got married at 19. I'm in my early 20s. My wife, I can't find something. "Karen, where's this?" "It's in that drawer in there." "No, it's not. I'm in here." She comes in there, moves one thing. There it is. I said, "Well, I didn't put that in there like that."